There we go. We're not live. We're recording.
Oh my
Welcome back
god.
to the
What?
dumb shit podcast with me, Lanston, and Lachlan, and our new co-host, I guess, Jay Fur. And
Hello, hello.
this has. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. My name is Chafer the Dragon. Currently trying not to want to strangle Lanson over here. Really want to strangle him. That's a topic for another podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about, you know what, this is basically just a tech podcast right now. Number one is Intel data breach, which Jay Fur will be talking about. Xbox leaked, which I will be talking about, and that's like the lower powered one. Fortnite ban on the Apple and Play Store. The Intel stock market crash because of 7 nanometer delays, which will be Jay Fur, and the Pixel 4a release, and all other Pixel 4 products have stopped production, which will be Lockheart. Now, before I have got to say, on Friday, I made the biggest mess up of my life. I loaded in, I have a Minecraft 1.12.2 city world, which I kind of work on every now and then. And it's all, basically everything's modded. And, I accidentally loaded it into vanilla Minecraft, and so
I've done that before.
and when I realized it, I was like, oh no. And so, but now I'm starting, and so like last night I spent like an hour messing around trying to get like a
Like always back
trying to do
well,
something, yeah,
always
trying to do
back
something else,
even if you've
and
destroyed
so
a place one block, back it up and instantly.
yeah, so
Get back up on world.
I just kind of have started again, but this time in a regular world instead of a super flat. So I decided I wanted a bit more depth to it, and yeah, that is my really painful story that happened to me on Friday.
Congratulations. It's what a
Jay Fur,
masterpiece.
Jay Fur, you want to take away the Intel data breach?
Please stop us morons from speaking any more crap.
Okay. So, a couple months ago, there was Intel had discovered a data breach in the amount of 20 gigs of data being breached and placed on public sites that have very secretive stuff, such as the source code for the newest Xeon chips, uh, as well as the other CPU platforms like KB Lake or the upcoming Tiger Lake. There's also a smattering of other documents that have been released, such as a sensor package that Intel developed for the SpaceX program. Uh, the data was stored in a CDN server called Akami with a password of Intel 123.
Free.
Intel.
Now, as a former security network administrator, I could tell you for a fact anybody that does that should automatically lose their jobs. That is not secure. And it contains stuff that is confidential, such as silicone and FPS source code packages for various platforms, binaries for camera drivers Intel made for SpaceX, KB Lake FDK training videos. I mean, the list goes on. There's literally 2, 3, 4, 6. There's about 12 things in this list that I have here pulled up that is part of the 20 plus gigs of data that Intel had breached. debug BIOS TXE builds for various platforms, boot guard SDKs.
Wasn't one of them like a hardware backdoor that you were telling me about?
There was one that had backdoor put into it
Mm.
in the source code. Let me see if I can.
Okay, then. So basically, a summary of this is
there.
that Intel are idiots.
Yeah. Which also
Well,
brings...
data breaches can happen on anything,
Yeah, they
such
happen.
as
It happens all the
Experience
time.
data breach,
And then all
Capital
of a
One's
sudden,
data breach.
and then all of a sudden, people start using MySpace again because they don't want to get a data breach.
What's
Even
MySpace?
MySpace had a data breach back when it was popular in the 90s. It's all about keeping your software up to date, your software and your hardware, because hardware plays a important role. There's only so many times you can update the software before the hardware bottlenecks your software in the way of updates.
Yeah.
Such as Windows 7 is actually reaching its end of life span.
I mean,
hell, and the last Windows 10 update, the one before the last, is actually end of life, like that. I think it was like build 18 or 17. The current build 19 replaced that. Those are already end of life. Fact of the matter is, to prevent data breaches, upgrade your software, have white hat hackers employed in your services to expose these breaches internally, so that way they can be patched and fixed. You know, Discord currently is going through some breaches of their own, such as a bot that's spamming Discord Nitro giveaways.
Yes. I think I have that somewhere in my DMs.
Wait, what?
Because someone had actually added it to a server with, I think, about 1,000 members that I was in. And I got a DM, and I was instantly like, remove this bot, remove this bot, remove this bot. I obviously wasn't spamming it, but I'm like, nothing is free. Unless if it's like, I know,
Illegal
nothing is...
drugs.
Nothing is really free like that.
Also, it's like cocaine that you've just robbed. So even then, it isn't free.
Well, all that does is if you click that link, it's going to bypass, even if you have 2FA enabled.
And it's gonna track your IP. I've clicked on an IP grab a link.
It's gonna lock out your account, change password, change your email, recovery, phone number. You basically lose access to your account.
You're basically just screwed.
Because
as if the companies are gonna help you.
I was in another server and I think the owner had accidentally added the bot, so they weren't exactly educated that well. But then even after I had removed it, it was still coming back in and going into the audit log. It would show that it was the owner that was adding it. So I was just like, change your password right now. And it was really annoying, but then we were able to get it fixed up, and then that was all good.
So the point of this whole breach for Intel was the fact of weak password, not updating your server security, and not maintaining security within the confidential files.
Yeah.
This stuff can be posted on various websites. Like, all this stuff was found online via the file sharing site Mega.
Yeah.
Which is the replacement for Mega Upload and all the other old stuff that was being used for shares.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
it's really, really, really important when you choose a security password for security. You have to let your team know that this is the password.
Yeah.
But don't, for the love of God, put it as Intel 123.
I honestly.
Oh my God, that's like literally putting your password as your social security number.
Yeah.
That'd probably be my first guess if I was to hack into Intel. I'd be like, okay, Intel 123. Oh my God, it worked.
I was honestly gonna think it was gonna be like AMD sucks 69 or something like that. But Intel 123, that's even worse. Anyway,
But
yeah.
anyways, I highly recommend, and also the NSA has actually recommended that the best practice
Don't say
to
your
include
password. Whatever the hell at the front. 1, 2, 3.
the NSA and also many other. I've talked to plenty of IT people, and being in the IT business myself, I recommend, and the best practices are patching all your internet accessible systems,
Mm.
segmenting networks to protect workstations from direct exposure to the internet. So keeping the server, an offline server, truly offline.
Yeah.
Secure your network architectures by utilizing your routers or your network switches, demilitarized zone software, your firewalls, your jump servers, or your one-way communication diodes. Make sure that your connections to remote devices are using a VPN with a strong encryption with multi-factor authentication. Validate the legitimate business needs for access. Validate that they are who they say they are. Don't just allow any namby-pamby chimney sweep come into your data servers. Filter your IP traffic, your network traffic, to only those who are in your company or are associates of that company when appropriate. And for the love of God, have a network intrusion detection system.
Yeah,
Having a network intrusion detection system would have stopped this. Yeah, they would have taken some data, but they wouldn't have taken 20 plus gigabytes of data. And review your logs.
Perfect example of what happened. This is all of Intel's data. This is hackers.
Considering you just straight up yeeted it out your desk, or just kind of slam dunked it down, I don't know if that'll work anymore. But anyway, yeah.
I'm kind of worried about that MIDI device there.
Yeah.
But review your logs.
Yeah.
Have a time where when like Japan is the awesome place for network security. Not only because when you go into like one of their quote unquote casinos, at the end of shift, everybody there writes down what happened during that day in a log. And it's checked daily, day in and day out, by every shift.
Wow.
So check your logs.
Check your logs or else you're gonna get hacked.
And then encrypt your network traffic to prevent sniffing and man-in-the-middle attacks.
Yeah.
And tactics. Blizzard Squad hacked PlayStation Network 5 years ago, over the Christmas weekend. It took them literally having to shut down their servers and restart to implement all these features back. And they still got data breaches. Credit cards were stolen and charged upon. Keep your stuff up to date.
Yeah.
Keep it up to date.
Another example would also be the Garmin thing that happened recently. Was it like a month or two ago, wasn't it?
The what?
The Garmin incident. A lot of their services went offline.
Garmin. There was an incident with Ring cameras too, where they weren't being reset, or the firmware, something happened with that. Ring security.
I heard of a Ring camera that literally went, "Oh, hi, I'm Santa Claus in the children's bedroom. I am Santa Claus. You want to have all your data stolen? Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. That's your Christmas Christmas present. Getting all your data stolen, yeah.
Keep your software and your products up to date.
Yeah.
That's really it. If you have a 10-year-old computer that you're running your point of sale system off of, yeet that bitch. Get a new one. Yeah, it's going to be expensive, but you know what? At least with the new system, it's not at the end of its life. You
No.
can have security updates. Keep that stuff. Like it really will prevent breaches.
Mm.
And that's my TED talk on that subject there.
Yep. Welcome. Thank you for coming to my TED talk. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah. Anyway, on to me. So I'm just trying to find the article now. I don't know. So yeah.
Dude, you're supposed to have this already pulled up, ready
Yeah.
to go.
I should have. I'm a dumbass.
Oh my god.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible, and now Lachlan's just gone MIA again, or something.
We don't need a Lachlan. Keep going.
Yeah. I'm just gonna quickly switch over the Lachlan and Lanson. And there we go. And yeah, quickly switch.
Don't screw it up.
Quickly switching it. Oh, come on.
Get played.
Yay. I'm just gonna quickly grab the link, because I was an idiot and didn't have it open.
Oh my lord.
I love it when you don't have anything prepared. First your desktop audio is muted, and now you don't have a link.
Yeah, I've
You're an unorganized.
Silence. I've got it done now.
You're an unorganized little bitch.
Yeah, shut up. So yeah, Xbox Series S has been leaked thanks to a retail. It wasn't even online or anything. It's just retail. They just was like, there's probably the stock guy didn't even really, because I mean, like over in America, they get paid minimum wage. They don't get paid enough to really care what they're actually putting out on the shelves, and so they accidentally put out the new controller. Now, here on the Forbes, now it would be really nice if I didn't have this video about in the bottom left playing, which is annoying. But like, yeah.
My friend just came over.
Oh, great.
My friend just surprised me and came over.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, the leak.
Way longer than I already have.
Yeah, the leak is not actually the Xbox, but it's the controller called Robot White, I think it was. Of course, it's not in the Forbes one. Yeah, it's called Robot
Sounds
White.
No,
And,
it sounds exactly like my ex-wife.
And
What?
and yeah, so yeah, Microsoft is, and so The Verge has obtained photos. Now, unfortunately, the packaging here looks really banged up from the guy that bought it, but it actually looks like it's going to be using a USB-C connector for the charger instead of what's the current one they use?
Micro USB.
Yeah, micro USB.
Or in technical terms, USB Type B.
USB Type B. Yeah, so not that one that Lachlan is helpfully shoving up to his webcam. And so this will probably be the controller for the lower powered Lockheart console that Microsoft still hasn't officially announced yet, which will have about 7.5 gigs of usable RAM, around 4 teraflops of GPU performance, and the same CPU found in the Xbox Series X. So I'm guessing this might be like what they've kind of done now, how they've got like the Xbox with we've got like the 3 different Xboxes. No, please don't, Lachlan, please no, for the love of the Lord, please don't, Lachlan, please. This is meant to be serious. Say it.
I'm
and
just
get it
preparing. I'm preparing for the inevitable, and the inevitable hopefully.
Okay, please let's not.
Ow!
Kind of sucks now. I'm gonna put it down.
Yeah. So has been code. Yeah, so it's a code named Lockhart. A Microsoft. So yeah. Apparently, it's just gonna be like a smaller version of the Xbox Series X. So it'll just be like a cube, and so they'll probably have sort of like the same thing they've got right now with the One S, the Xbox One X, and the Xbox One S or Digital Edition. But which is just gonna have?
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. With the current design of the Xbox Lockhart, I won't be surprised
I won't be
if there's
surprised.
not a ROD
Yeah,
due to improper cooling,
yeah,
because they're just pushing it out, and not giving a crap about design.
yeah. Hopefully,
The PlayStation 5 design is whack. It's
Yeah.
not really going to provide enough cooling, in my opinion. But
yeah. I saw it and was like, there's no actual like vents on the side. I think the one that had the best cooling out of the two of them was probably going to be the Xbox, because it just had like the large fan on the top, and it was just going to be sucking it in.
Fetch bitch.
But yeah,
the other thing is that the new Xbox controller on the Verge site takes batteries as well.
Mm.
Sorry, I
So-
just had to go.
so it can use- So it can use batteries or a rechargeable battery pack.
yeah. Which isn't
Is what it looks like.
Which isn't it going to be like their plug and play thing that they have right now or something? Can't remember what it is.
I don't think it will be plug and play.
No.
Just mainly due to because the hardware changes inside there and Bluetooth technology,
battery looks like.
Bluetooth connectivity, and all that. I do believe that the Xbox Lockhart is Bluetooth 5.0, where the previous consoles are 4.0. So it's not going to be backwards compatible. They have also announced that the newest Xbox will not be backwards compatible with previous Xbox games. Yet again.
I thought it was going to be...
They've recently made a statement on that.
Oh, great. Well, it's not like I was going to be having the money to buy it anyway, so yeah.
Well, I mean, why should I buy it? I built my own $4,000 gaming PC, so...
You know what? Lucky you. But yeah. Yeah, I'm just rocking a i5 7200U and integrated graphics.
I'm rocking on my current computer an i7, though in my gaming PC a Ryzen 5.
Wait, how many cores has that i7 got? Is it like...
If it's 9700K, it's gonna have 8 cores.
Oh yeah, it's an 8-core one. It's a 9700K.
Wait, how do you get a K in a MacBook?
I don't know.
That's it. Anyway, they probably jerry-rigged it or something. I really don't understand MacBooks very well. And yeah, Lachlan, are you ready to take on the Fortnite ban on the Google, Apple, and Play Store? Which I honestly...
might need a second. Apparently somebody's calling me.
Great.
Well, tell them to
buzz off.
Buzz off. To bugger off. You're in a podcast.
Yeah.
You're in a podcast.
In a podcast. But yeah, I think like...
You're in a podcast, mate.
I think the PS5, it's gonna be like how the first PS4 had the cooling issues, and then they're just gonna have to do a new revision on it and just call it the PS4.
So here's the thing. I have the first edition PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And I've had it for a while. Not once have I had a cooling issue. The only issue I had is when I'm trying to take the damn thing apart to clean it. You void the warranty.
Yeah. But then again, but then a lot of the overheating consoles are usually
Jesus Christ,
in like
why
the.
is this day not favouring me? First off, I get beat up by my brother. Second off, I'm stuck in a car when we're supposed to be recording. Third, my friend comes over surprisingly. And fourth, my grandparents start calling me.
Oh
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
And but like yeah, I
Yeah.
think the PS5 is honestly.
I have a PS5 because I just got a brand new Netgear router.
PS5s aren't even released yet, dude.
Yeah.
And I got a Netgear router. It's basically the same thing. Live with it, bitch.
It's basically the same thing. But like yeah.
Except there's no OS on a network router.
No, there's no. Yeah, Lachlan, you want to take the Fortnite ban away? Lachlan. Oh my goodness.
Hold on a minute. I just gotta very
Ready?
quickly.
No, we gotta both put a firm grip. Because I'm also cutting it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hang on.
Cutting a
What?
card. Just a regular day. A regular ass day.
Yeah, I reckon we could sit up with this. It's still got the gold thing. I'm gonna cut out the gold thing.
You such morons. Anyway, can you get out?
No, I'm cutting the gold thing.
I'm
Better cut me out.
well,
I can't cut you out.
Who is?
My guy.
It's get out or die. I will stream snipe you.
Or die. Get out.
This is why children should not be allowed to have podcasts.
No.
Of course.
Lachlan.
Get out. Oh,
So close.
no.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
oh,
Jeez.
oh, oh.
I hate you. I actually hate you. Get out. Why does this day not favor me? Get out!
Okay, there we go. Bye-bye.
Okay, get out! Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Give it back.
It's
Come on.
Fuck it. Okay, I'm just gonna start talking.
yeah.
So if you have not seen the news, Fortnite has been banned on the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store. This was due to Epic Games trying to use a direct payment method, which means that, the way that the App Store and Google Play Store works is if it has in-app purchases, Apple or Google will take about 30% of the purchase. So they use the direct payment method to counter that. And now Apple and Google are pissed at them and Apple has entirely removed it. Android, you can still download it via the Epic Games launcher, though not via Fortnite app itself.
Yeah. It's via sideloading and third-party app stores.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. So Apple has something that Apple did back in 1984 was they created an ad to protest against IBM's control over the market. Now this was to show. Now Fortnite recreated that to show that what Apple has become, morphing into the exact same thing they were protesting against in that 1984 ad. So they have gotten a lot of support via the hashtag #FreeFortnite hashtag. And now everyone's pissed. Fortnite has filed lawsuits against both companies, and I have not read up against the lawsuits because
I think
you guys,
the lawsuits
you guys
aren't
don't know
particularly big
how.
one.
You guys know I don't know how to read.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think Apple and Google are gonna win it because Epic Games went straight against their App Store policies.
Apparently they got a lawyer that fucking served Obama.
Wait. Yeah.
I
But I
know
don't-
what they did. I don't know how to read, so I couldn't read the legal papers.
But I think Apple and Google might win because it's just gonna be, even though Epic Games is accusing them of monopoly. I think it was monopoly behavior. Not like as in
Yeah.
the board game, but yeah.
Hold on a minute. Let me go
So-
get my copy of Monopoly from.
No, don't.
So they're
Whatever, I don't even
literally
know the game.
Google and Apple. When you use their platform to sell or put your app on, you have to agree to an acceptable upload policy, terms of
Yeah,
service, and guidelines.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Though,
all
to be
three of
fair,
those have to be
that's
met.
exactly yeah, exactly. That's exactly why they might have a small. That's exactly why they have a chance of losing. However, they are still able to sue them because, like, it's the suing era. I don't know.
So
I mean, like, they're all red.
everybody has a right
What's next?
to.
What's next? Fucking tomorrow, Apple sues Samsung.
For
Well,
what?
Apple's already sued
like
Samsung
everything.
for. Apple's
Yeah.
already sued Samsung
Yeah, I'm aware.
for stuff.
I'm
for
aware.
stuff
Do you
like
think
copyright.
do you think I'm not an educated little kid? Cause you're right,
Yes.
I'm not. I don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Though at least I
And-
know
and-
that.
Anyways, Epic
I don't even know
Epic-
what the top of this says.
is more likely to
Okay, so
lose
it's
the lawsuit just because of the fact that they violated the
The
Guidelines, yeah.
terms of service.
terms and guidelines that they use by enabling direct payments.
Yeah.
Because Apple and Google, they have to have their money. Apple 30%, Google 25%.
However,
Either way,
there is a loophole to this because Apple and Google have allowed lots of different apps to use direct payment methods without getting in trouble. And that is why they have a higher percent of winning than losing because, well, like, they are stupid enough to play themselves by allowing other companies to do direct payment, though not allowing Epic Games to do direct payment, mainly just because they're a freaking games company, though Apple, who gives a fuckity fuck?
so the reason why that Apple allows some direct payments, then other people not allowing them to have direct payments, is a matter of the type of app, whether it
Yeah.
be medical, game, or whatnot.
Mm.
Medical obviously falls in a different category with a different set of rules for both PlayStation, Google, or PlayStation 5. Son of a gun. Google and Apple in the way of policy. Games don't really require that much in the way of contractual obligements and direct payments. They can do direct payments, but if they're going to upload it onto a third-party site, they have to abide by that third-party site's rules and abulations.
Mm. Lachlan, what are you doing?
I threw it. Yay! It broke.
Yeah, that's your own fault, Lachlan.
I need to be fair. To be fair, I am planning on buying a new one because this one doesn't even have RGB pads.
Ooh, RGB.
This only has RG pads. Back
Anyway.
in fucking 2013, they can't even innovation and just like, you know what? No, we can't even afford fucking RGB pads. Let's get RG pads.
But
you
then
know
again,
what? Who
back then it was really there wasn't particularly each key like individual RGB lighting kind of thing for it. It was usually like zoned, I think.
Until literally the exact same year, they release another launchpad with RGB pads.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks Innovation. You guys suck.
And yeah, next up we have the Intel stock market crash because of the 7nm delays. Jafer, you can take this one away again.
Alrighty. So Intel's 7nm defect leaves investors fretting despite their amazing earnings. There is apparently a defect that is resulted in yield degradation. Uh, so there's something going on with the 7 nanometer process that yielded a degradation. Um they're saying it's some type of hardware issue, like the IHN plate, the heat plate on top of it that distributes the heat has not sat right, or another. It's not really clear as to why they are delaying it. They're just saying that in testing, it is yielding degradation, which means a core is overheating and throttling back.
Mm.
But of course, this is their first 7 nanometer chip, so I kind of expect that they are going to have issues with it until they, iron it out. But to delay it up to 2023, that's
That's gonna
that's something that's big air.
that's gonna give
Like,
AMD enough time to really kick him in the guts again. So I mean,
and again,
AMD.
that'll
Just gonna be like, AMD be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, cause
Okay.
you can't release chipsets on fucking time.
and that really all applies back to the data breach that Intel has experienced as well.
Mm.
Their part of that breach included the designs and specs that were not made public to the public, have now been made to it, and so now they're trying to catch up and all that.
Mm.
So
I mean, like,
as far as stocks go, they plunged big time. Unfortunately, when TSMC decided that they were no longer going to help Intel produce chips,
yeah,
Haha.
and I
which
think
is unfortunate,
Mm.
because TSMC also produces chips for AMD.
In the headset.
Mm. I mean, like, AMD. I mean, like, there's all other chip companies that they also do 7 nanometer for. I mean,
I
like,
think
not many others, but like,
The AMD, I wouldn't really be surprised if AMD takes over
yeah, I think
in the way of Intel. So
in
the
the way
Intel
of,
versus AMD battle is quickly coming to an end, in my opinion.
yeah, I would honestly say I've got I mean, like, the when it comes to like with gaming performance, they're starting to get pretty similar. And and I've got to know someone at my school that still thinks that Intel's the best, but they're really just kind of not anymore.
Intel was good, and don't get me wrong, I highly support Intel as a IT person myself. I prefer Intel over AMD just because AMD, their performance degrades with heat. So if you're running full cores on AMD, you're looking at 60, 70, 80 degrees Celsius temperatures, risking thermal throttling. Whereas if you have a good cooler on an Intel chip, you're
Yeah,
looking at on full load 60, 70 C
yeah,
compared to AMD.
yeah.
You
My
know, so
laptop is a Core i5 7200U, so that's a 7th gen, and that's only got I think it's a 25-watt TDP, and it runs really hot. But the problem is that what Dell has done is they've covered up where the fan is, so it actually can't take in very fresh air. which really, I think that really heats it up a lot. What's up?
So yeah, airflow is critical in the way of these chips.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in my personal opinion, I would pick AMD in a heartbeat, mainly because I do stream and record, so I need like those more cores, and I also don't want to be blowing like a lot of money on on the same amount of cores I could also get for cheaper and are already unlocked, so that I could overclock it if I wanted to. Lachlan, what are you doing?
anyways, to close out the
Hmm.
7 nanometer delay, the primary driver, which is the yield for their 7 nanometer process, is 12 months behind their initial target. So they're a year behind on it, unfortunately. Again, they are not very clear on why
No.
they have a defect and why it's caused a pushback and a downfall.
Okay. Well, on to the Pixel 4a release and also all other Pixel 4 devices stopping production. So the Pixel 4 originally came out on October 24th, 2019, and the Pixel 4a came out
Came out last week, I think.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Give
think
me 1 second to get the exact date.
According to the links that we have, it was August 7th.
It was 20th of August 2020 in the US. So
well, that's probably when they're actually going to be on sale.
So the official launch is August 20th.
Google
Yeah.
Pixel 4a release date for the US is August 20th, but the rest of the world will have a longer wait.
Yeah.
Alright then, so the thing that is really annoying is that Google discontinued silently the rest of the Pixel 4 line except for the Pixel 4a
Yeah.
9 months and 3 weeks after releasing the Pixel 4.
So it didn't even really go a full. It didn't.
So basically, Google would just call them bullshit.
But this is
like-
also it's also speculation that it's also to do with the leaks of the Google Pixel 5, which will have 5G. Finally. But then yeah.
So that the Pixel 4a is still a pretty good device. It has still got a good camera. Is still rocking like plastic or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Still runs fully fledged Android. So the Pixel 4a is basically a pretty goddamn cheap phone if you're in the Android ecosystem.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically it for the Pixel 4a.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
in
thank
this
you for joining another episode of the Dumb Shit podcast.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's been an absolute pleasure once again to be talking with you, Lachlan, and absolutely amazing to have someone new on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And boys, I'm sorry. This day is not favoring me at all.
No, nothing
my
ever
friend
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time I'll make sure to
Make sure that
not go
everything's.
in a car ride and then have a friend unexpectedly come
Yeah.
over and have your mum walk in on you 18 million times and say who you're talking to and that you should be talking to people online. Well, guess what, Mum? I don't care.
Yeah, but it's pretty sound advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I should probably get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. As I
Label.
said, We'll probably do this again. Probably next episode will be next month, I guess. I don't know.
No. Let's do it next week.
Okay then.
Boo.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
You're pushing things here, buddies. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
To be fair, my weekends are mostly free, though. Just
Honestly, let's just do it next month. It's the end of the podcast. Let's discuss this later. So this is me, Lanson, Lachlan, and Jafer. Thanking you all for coming and watching, and we'll see you all next time.